In the last 24 hours, it looks like an unusual wave of displacement has started in the Gulf region, especially in Lebanon. In Lebanon, about 100,000 people have fled their homes, fearing that Iranian missiles could strike the area. In Qatar, authorities have also begun moving people away from areas near U.S. military bases in Doha, relocating residents to safer places. At the same time, Gulf governments are trying to defend against drones that could come from Iran. Because of the growing tension, some governments have also ordered oil production to slow down, fearing that the conflict could cause oil prices to rise sharply. A report published by the Washington Post claims that Russia may be helping Iran with attacks on Gulf countries.
Sources are now telling ABC News Russia is providing Iran with intelligence, including locations of American troops in the region. Russia has not responded to those allegations. It comes as the IDF says it struck an Islamic Revolutionary Guard command center used by Hezbollah in Lebanon. Thousands of people are trying to leave that area right now. The Lebanese Health Ministry says at least 123 people have been killed in the Israeli attacks so far. Residential buildings and businesses also destroyed.
This means that Russia is taking sides, obviously. Like the beginning of the war, Russia and China both have been sitting this one out. And it seems that if this report is true, if Russia is really working with the Iranians in order to help the Iranians attack American bases or American interests in the Middle East, then definitely Russia is being involved heavily. This I don't know how this is going to evolve. I don't know how the Trump administration or Trump himself is going to deal with this, but this definitely says something about Russia's involvement to taking not just sides politically, but also militarily helping Iran against America.
The report also suggested that some Gulf countries could begin to lose trust in the United States and instead move closer to Russia and China. Meanwhile, according to officials from the United States Department of Defense, there are suspicions that Russia and China are providing support to Iran. Media reports say that Iran's Revolutionary Guard forces have destroyed 2 major air defense bases used by the United States in the Middle East.
This is just sheer madness on Trump's part. He's in trouble. And the U.S. military effort, despite all the propaganda being spun out about, oh man, we're wiping them out, we got full control of the skies. The reality is the opposite. Iran has destroyed 5 radars. There are 2 types. One is, the AN-TPY, and the other is the AN-FPS. Well, these radars cost between $500 million and $1 billion a piece. They are radars that are designed to detect the launches of missiles and to provide early information about warning, as well as they are integrated with the terrain high altitude area defense weapon, the THAAD, as well as the Patriot. Iran's destroyed 5 of those. They had the big ones were at the Jordanian air base, Muwafaq al-Salti, and then at Al Udeid Air Force Base in Qatar, and then at the naval, the headquarters of the 5th Fleet in Bahrain. So we are now blinded. The United States and Israel are now blinded. Before they could get a 15 to 30 minute warning, we got incoming missiles. Now maybe a minute of a warning, maybe 2 minutes, but it's down. So Iran has accomplished that. And we're told, oh yeah, our missiles, we're knocking down 90% of everything that Iran's firing. I call the male bovine excrement.
These defense systems are among the most advanced and expensive air defense systems in the world, designed to detect and intercept missiles traveling through the sky. The radar systems in these bases can detect incoming missiles from hundreds of kilometers away, making them extremely important for defense. Iran claims it destroyed 1 defense system in the United Arab Emirates and another in Jordan. This was later confirmed by CNN, which reported that the base in Jordan was hit and that Iranian missiles struck the radar system. For the United States, these 2 bases were very important. Analysts say the conflict is now entering a new and more dangerous stage. Air defense systems usually include radar, control centers, and missile batteries. Iran appears to have specifically targeted the radar, which is the most critical part because it detects incoming missiles. By destroying the radar, Iran effectively blinded the U.S. defense system. Earlier in the conflict, Iran also claimed it had destroyed another U.S. radar system located in Qatar. Each radar system is extremely expensive, costing around $1 billion, making this a very significant loss.
More than $890 million a day. That is how much the war against Iran is costing American taxpayers. That big number comes from the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Now, the Department of Defense is not releasing a whole lot of details or specifics about what it is spending. So what these analysts did was take the actions they know that are going on and compare them to normal congressional estimates. That's how they came up with these numbers. So what do we have? Operations are clocking in at $30 million a day for the air portion of all of this. Naval maneuvers at $15 million a day. Ground operations at $1.6 million. All those explosions, the bombs, missiles, artillery, about $1.5 billion in just the first 100 hours. And those interceptor units to stop Iranian missiles and drones, $1.7 billion in that time. Now, these analysts say it's fully possible those costs will start dropping now, since the start of such a conflict is usually the most expensive time. But we still don't know how long this is going to go on, and if ultimately the Trump administration decides to put boots on the ground, well, the Penn Wharton budget model suggests if that were to happen and this went on for 2 months, the cost could be as high as $95 billion.